Good morning. Well, starting my stream off a little bit differently, a little more raw, and I did my last mouse click with the before I'm fully in the VR. So basically, I told X-Plane to get into VR. So right now, I'm just trying to make sure my touch controllers are working. So I'm good here. So we'll go to joystick. Just kind of let's look at some things here. Yep, so that's good. So look here, look at my other one. Yep. Alrighty. So we click on done, now we're in the cockpit. Looks like it's a bit overcast today, so might be a little entertaining. I might have to change the weather. I don't know quite yet. Looks pretty overcast. So we'll get myself set up in the cockpit here. So let me turn on the yoke. So what I'm trying to do is get myself, I want both these controllers to be on either side of the yoke. Right now that's not true. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's kind of where I try to set myself up initially in the cockpit. So we're all cold and dark here, and so I also don't have any of my overlays in the cockpit yet. So so basically, when I roll my wrist over a little bit here, this upper part here is FPS VR, and so what that does is it allows me to kind of see how well the planes perform, how well the sims performing, and because it's more overcast, I can see there isn't as much green. I got a little bit of red going on. So if I click on this gear icon here, that basically brings my overlays up. So in other words, any overlay, excuse me, any overlay that I had working before, it'll be in the same place in the cockpit. I don't have to set it. Those just, as long as they're on the desktop, and I have them on the desktop, then they're going to show up. So we're good here. So I'm going to, and so I look down, I got my mixer, and I've got my desktop. I'm going to pull you a little bit closer so it's a little easier to see. And so this is a program that, this is a SteamVR program, and this is how I bring my windows that are on the desktop, including the whole desktop, into the VR cockpit. And so I'm just gonna kind of show. So basically, if I say spawn new window, and what it's gonna do is it's gonna basically spawn the my whole desktop. So I don't really want to do this, so I'm gonna go down here and but basically everything that's on my desktop, I already have one of them here. So but basically any window. So I could go here and set contents. And I can basically set, let me get it in front of it, any window that I wanted to. So if I wanted to put the calculator here, I could do that. Anything on the, anything I can put on this list. So I don't want this guy, so just went ahead and hit the X, and he's gone. So we'll close this off. So this is black, so this kind of means that we must have had an update. The Curtis, the author, he's pretty prolific. he updates a lot, so that's kind of cool. Alrighty, so I got my overlays here, and now the next thing I need to do is get some X-Plane plugins in here. So we'll go ahead, advanced menu, plugins, and so let's get to my, I have a Fly with Lua macro I want to use. So sound settings, And I'll put you down here, kind of out of the way. Advanced menu, plugins. Have a tab, toggle tablet. Put you over there. And we got one more. Plugins. A checklist, open checklist. Okay. So I have my overlays, my OBR toolkit overlays in. I have my plugins in. So I'm just about ready to go ahead and get this on the road. So just double checking everything. Yep. So so this program here is called X Checklist. Basically, it's a program that my co-author Michael and me wrote a long time ago now. This is a pretty old program. But the cool thing about this is that when Native VR came to X-Plane and they allowed plugins to interact with VR, X Checklist was the first plugin that was true of. So I'm pretty proud of that fact that this has been with me in VR for some period of time. So we'll go ahead, we'll click on next.
OBS sim sound.
So is OBS listening to me? So if I turn on a switch over here, yep. So basically what I did is I turned on the master switch and I looked down here to see the view meter. I seen it move, so yes it is.
Check. Mod mic in position.
I'm using at-line wireless mod mic, and it has to, for it to sound right, it has to be kind of close to my mouth, and it is in the right place.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3. So just make sure that I'm seeing.
OBS streaming.
Am I streaming? Yeah, looks like I'm good. I can see it live down there. We're good.
Check. Over toolkit windows.
OBR toolkit windows. So that's one. That's one. And that's one. That's one. Yes, those are all working.
Check. Fly with Lewis sounds script.
That's here.
Check. AVI tab plugin.
I have a tab. It's with me.
Check. Rep weight and balance.
So let's go look at rep. Rep is Reality Expansion Pack. So we're going to look at weight and balance. And I put 17 gallons in. Yep, looks good. So, no more. We'll say, yep.
Check. Rep maintenance log.
So we'll check the log. Go up here, it says show maintenance report. Everything looks pretty good here. Pretty good here. Pretty good there. Pretty good there. Pretty good there. Okay. Everything looks good.
Check. 2 brakes. Test and set.
So on the
selector. Both. 4 fuel shut-off valve. On, in. 6 beacon.
So with the X Checklist, if you put a continue in, so basically I didn't have to click on next here. So once the last check was made from the previous page, it automatically went to this one. So once the beacon on,
7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch.
And the other thing about X Checklist, all of them that have a plus mark, they're basically, and you have the co-pilot enabled, when those data refs come true, then that'll check all by itself. I don't have to do anything. So on the master switch, I have to turn on not only the battery, but also the alternator.
9 throttle.
So it's looking for a
Open
position.
1/4 inch. 10 mixture.
It's looking for cutoff.
Idle cutoff. A auxiliary pump.
So we turn the pump on.
B mixture.
So I shoved the mixture in. I'm looking for fuel flow. I got fuel flow. Pull off. Turn it off.
12 starter.
So again, ready to start.
1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture. At engine start. Bridge. 3 engine.
So once you be at 1,000.
RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Lean max. 6 flaps. Retract. 7 avionics. On. 8 instruments.
So got to look between west and 24. Closer to 24. That looks correct. I don't know the elevation here. So let me look. EGFF. So EGFF. So Cardup is at 220. So we gotta adjust this. 220. That looks good. So that's right. That's right. That's right. Instruments are good.
Set. 1 brakes.
Alrighty, so we're all done with this. So what I'm gonna do now, waiting for the plane to start up, I'm gonna put in the rest of my airports. EGHH EGHH EGTE EGHQ. So we got all the so we have the elevation, and then we have all our frequencies. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to so I'm going to rotate this and then expand it a little bit. So we can kind of help ourselves. So we got 12 and 12 and 30. So if I go back to have to remember how I get back and forth, so we're all good. So frames are definitely low today because it's overcast. We'll kind of see how all this works out. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say weather. Really? Why'd you do that? For some reason, my pilot ATC kind of went a little crazy on me. Let's go see if I can fix it. Say weather. Good eye, Iowa. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway. I'll be right back. I have a slight problem. Bravo Golf, say active runway.
6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 30.
Say weather.
Weather at Echo Golf Foxtrot. Foxtrot is broken. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 274 at 11 knots. Cloud coverage is 800 broken. Current altimeter is 3012. Temperature 19 or dew point 18.
800 broken is not going to work. Let me see what I can do here. Sure, what I wanted. Thought I could just move these clouds up. Nope, doesn't look like I can do that. So let's go to scattered. Barometer changed. Scattered will be okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 30 via taxiways Hotel, Delta, Alpha, hold short runway 12, and runway 30.
Okay, so let's take a look here. Well, 30 is down here. I think I'm over here, so I'm going to have to go across the runway. So, Alrighty. Gonna get spun around here. Unplanned turn.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf cleared to cross runway 30.
Must be doing it right. Yep, right way. Kind of like when you kind of like try to prepare a little bit and it actually goes according to plan. Yeah, for some reason when Pilot ATC started up, it wasn't outputting to my headset. So I tried to change it in the headset in VR, but it, for some reason the drop-down menu wasn't showing me.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf advise when ready for departure.
That's not 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 272 at 11 knots, altimeter 3012 cleared for takeoff, runway 30 squawk 1200.
So I had the right transponder set in. I had to click on altimeter, so it'll actually get painted. So, alrighty, let's go. Alrighty, rotate. Alright, to maintain runway heading. Need to turn on a course of 124. Okay, we're 500 feet above. Go ahead and turn. Alrighty. So we're on course. I gotta check something. There's a new software update today, and
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf Enjoy. Frequency change approved.
nope, that ain't gonna work. So let me find. Oh, that's better. Hey, weather.
Weather at Echo Golf Foxtrot is broken. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 274 and 11 knots. Cloud coverage is 800 broken. Current altimeter is 3012. Temperature 19 or dew point 18.
Alrighty, think I'm okay now. The sound of the engine was like just really, really loud in my headset, and evidently one of my sliders here got changed. So I think I'm okay now. One? So this is going to be the last day I stream for a little bit. I wanna watch Flight Sim Expo in virtually, so I'm gonna take a few days off and streaming. So and we'll see what the X-Plane team has to say on Saturday. So I know Philip is speaking on Friday about FMSs and that kind of stuff. So and I'm just waiting for a access code or a link or something from Flight Sim Expo to on how to virtually view it. So I also see FS Elite is sounds like they got a team there that's gonna like live stream it. So that's kind of different too. So alrighty. Yeah, just spending some time going over the on the UK countryside here. So the next airport is Bournemouth, and so let me zoom that back a little bit. And I did check all the all the airports today are at least 5,000 feet, as opposed to some of them the previous day I streamed were, some of them were only 2,000 feet. So it'll be a little less stressful, but landing's always fun. Yeah, so since it's pretty flat, I'm trying to maintain like an elevation of like 1,500 feet or so. And heading of 12 should be on the heading of 124. Yeah, frames are back where I was a little more comfortable. That broken was kind of not. Yeah. The frames will be poor, and it'll be. Especially it was like broken at 800. It was like, no, that's probably not good. So what I meant right now, I would have been in the clouds, and I'm like, nah, I don't like flying in clouds that much. Yeah, there was an update of the Vive console software, so and I'm running the beta version of it, so you never fully know like what that might bring. So far it seems okay, so. And I don't, more than I think about it, I don't think the sound was related to that. It was, somehow I moved one of the sliders in my Fly with Lewis script, so. Because X-Plane hasn't been updated in quite a while now, so probably 3 weeks, maybe a month. So it wasn't that. Yeah, so each one of the airports today is about 60 miles average between each airport, so. So not a real long ways, but kind of about a distance, a little bit longer, but kind of a distance on a, like as a student pilot, when you're soloing, you'll do a cross country. Now cross country, if I remember right, it's got to be 50 miles away. So long cross country, each one of the legs has to be 50 miles away with a total of at least 150 miles. So this is kind of like what a long cross country would be. So you'll spend probably at least 2 hours, depending on if you got to get fuel someplace. But you'll be at least 2 hours, if not 3 hours, flying. I did mine from KERI to Lost Nation, KLNN, and then I went to KYNG to Youngstown, and from YNG back to KERI to Erie. That was my long cross country. And I got fuel in Youngstown. I need to fix that, Iowa. I am sorry. I gotta figure out why that is doing that. That is ridiculous. That upsets me. Yeah, that's what I've kind of done. I'm over on the, I read, I don't comment a lot on the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums, but I do read a lot, and there are some people that are extremely happy, and there are some people that it is just bad for them. I mean, unbelievably bad. And especially VR users, that it's difficult to do VR. And I've just given up on trying to stream it, so. So I figured I'd just stick with X-Plane for a little bit here, and hopefully on Saturday they say, hey, this is where you can get it, so I can stream X-Plane for a bit. And then no doubt, I mean, I'll stream Microsoft Flight Simulator again, but I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that I want to wait until they at least show some love for VR. And if they do and it seems okay and better performance, then I'll stream it again. But if that does not happen, I probably won't. I'll watch other people, but streaming it's gotta, I mean, for me it's gotta be the same as what I experience right now. This is, this is how it should. I don't see any reason why Microsoft Flight Simulator shouldn't be this, their performance shouldn't be the same. I see no reason at all. Other than the fact they're streaming scenery, and maybe that is really what the answer is. I'll have to remember that error and figure out, and Google that and figure out what the setting is to say stop doing that. Because I'm really not sure. Because that don't look like a long message to me. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, I was gonna say I was on AvSim. There's a forum for or a sub forum, I guess, for the Fulcrum One yoke. That's kind of where the support is, and one of the guys that's got one was saying that that he has a hard time trimming the airplane. And I'm kind of, I'm thinking, really? I mean, I've trimmed this airplane, and maybe, I don't know what he's flying in, whether it's X-Plane or Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I've had the same trim setting for, wow, I bet you 10 or 15 minutes. And the vertical, the actual altitude has been within 100 feet. So the only input I'm doing is a slight heading change, just because the plane tends to. It seems if I don't do any input, this plane will slowly roll to the left. I don't know why, it just does. But that's the only input. This plane is just trimmed. I'm not on autopilot. I have a power setting set. I have the plane trimmed, and it runs right along. It could be. It could be. They. It's such a crapshoot when they do an update you know, that they may fix a few things, but they break quite a bit in the process, and it's just, and because it's a mandatory update, you gotta roll with it. So, but the other thing, I was on Starfly's stream last night, and I made the comment that it is kind of interesting that not everybody has the same experience, and sometimes dramatically different experience. And I don't think I understand that. I don't think on X-Plane I've ever heard of vastly different experiences. If something's broke, it's like broke for most everybody. Not, well, it's broke for 20-30% of the people, but not for the 70%. I don't know if I've ever heard of that. I just don't know if I have. So, but on Microsoft Flight Simulator, that seems to be common. You know, is that a reasonable number of people have broken sim for some period of time, and it don't make any sense. Yeah, that same thing, you know, and I've been actually pretty lucky. Like the crash to desktop stuff, it isn't like I've never had it. Oh yeah, I don't have a lot, but I have it when you're just doing like dumb things. Like I think the last time I tried to stream Microsoft Flight Simulator, I had to crash the desktop right on the beginning of the stream. My one of my VR controllers went to sleep. I went to turn it back on, crash the desktop. You what? You don't even support VR controllers. How could that crash the desktop? But it did. It absolutely did. You kind of go like, okay, whatever. And the inconsistency, time to time, not from you restart the sim, and it is a different experience than the next time you start the sim. It's kind of like, how is that even possible? But it is. Yeah. And like with X-Plane, I can't remember the last time I had one. I just don't remember it. So it's been a long time. And most of them that I remember, they were self-inflicted. I did something with a plug-in wrong, and it crashed. So I don't blame that on X-Plane at all. That was on me. Yeah, that's why on the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums, I'm pretty quiet. I will make comments at times, depending on what the subject matter is. If it's something that I have experience, knowledge, history, yeah, I'll make a comment, you know. But this is a better sim than that sim. No, I don't entertain in any of that. It's just not worth it. Oh, you do? Really? I just don't. No. That's interesting. I wonder why. When you... Good question. When you get a crash your desktop on X-Plane, is it obvious in your log.txt what happened? Oh, really? Really? Okay, okay. Unloading. Hmm. Huh. Okay, next airport, EGHH. So elevation is 38 feet. Ground radar tower. Setcom 1, 125.600.
Com 1 set to 125.6.
So we're 22 miles out. It says 13 minutes. I don't do like airliners or long haul flights, but I can't even imagine doing a long haul flight. You know, that's like a couple of hours. Getting everything all set up, you're flying, everything's good. You're coming in on approach, just about ready to land. You get a crash to desktop. That would be disheartening. I just can't even imagine that feeling. On these flights here, if it happens, it happens, but generally it doesn't. But that would just be unbelievably disappointing. Wow, that that would suck. I don't do that kind of flying, but I can just imagine that would suck. Be even worse if you're like you're flying on a network, you know, you know, where you're flying on a network and all of a sudden it's over. It's like, wow. Because other than like group flights in Microsoft Flight Simulator, I generally just fly by myself, so. Yeah, I would think. So we got a weather of 250 at 8 knots. I got runway 08 and 26, so it's looked like 26 is what I should be given. So we'll find out. So the elevation is 38 feet, so we'll say 1,100 feet is going to be pattern. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound the land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 26. Call downwind.
So I got the runway right. And I'm a little bit I'm pretty close to a heading of a downwind, so once we can put our eyes on the airport, then it shouldn't be too hard to get set up for a left downwind. So I need to be on the right-hand side of the airport to do a left downwind. When I say that out loud, it sounds confusing, but that's what it is. That's why I always, whenever I know what the runway is going to be, I always put my heading bug in there to give you it gives you a nice visual reference as to where you need to line yourself to make the approach. Because sometimes it depends on how you're coming. Sometimes you may actually have to get over on the left side of the runway and do a 180 to get lined up for it. So it just all depends. So I'm 5 miles out, so hazy enough that it still will be difficult to see it until you're quite a bit closer. I can see, when I look at my map here, I can see this water, and so the airport is inland a little bit, so you can see all this water, and I am certainly on the right airport coming up. So 4 miles out, could be right there on the left there. Looks like it's inland just about the right amount, and you're just kind of looking for kind of a break in the train. In other words, a clear spot. Yeah, it's kind of looking that way. 3 miles out, yeah. Yep, there's your runway right there. I'll pull the power back to 2000. Yep. Just doing like some subtle turns to make sure when I turn how I'm going to turn that the heading bug goes where it belongs. So this is the runway, no doubt about it. There's only one runway, so. And my distance says I'm 1.7 miles away, so that's about what it looks like. It looks like we got some trees towards that threshold, so we'll have to keep that in mind. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe they're cut down. So I'm trying to pitch the nose up just a little bit here to slow down. I'm trying to do about 2,000 RPM. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 26.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 26.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 251 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 26.
Okay. Sometimes I don't push down on the mic button quite long enough before I start talking. And if I start my conversation before she's ready, it ain't gonna happen. Alrighty, so pull back on it a little bit. Alright, I'm in the white arc, one notch of flaps. So looking to be at 45 degrees. Trying to stay parallel with the runway. Alrighty. Turning on base. Second notch of flaps in. Let go of the yoke to not lose too much airspeed. Squaring myself up on base here. Alrighty. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 251 at 8 knots, cleared for the option runway 26.
Alrighty. Approach doesn't look too bad. Speed looks okay. Up we go. Perfect. So, once we get above the 500 feet above the ground here, we're going to turn on a heading of 26. Actually, actually, that's probably runway heading. Well, my compass moved a little bit. Looked over there and went, why ain't that lined up? Okay, we're coming up on 1500, so I'm pull back to 22. Try to get on course here. 57 miles to go. Everything's looking pretty good. So now we do a balancing act with the throttle and the yoke and the trim. It's trying to find the balance place for the plane. Whatever pitch attitude gives it. Yeah, I'm trying for 100, 110 knots, but it all depends on wind and a lot of other stuff. So I'm probably about 95 right now, so. So my ground speed is 97.4. Mm-hmm. So I bought my first new plane in quite a little while. So let's see, I think it's Tahendra. They come out with a new tail dragger that kind of looks like the Draco, but it's not. And so pretty soon I plan on streaming with that guy. So looks like a fun plane to fly. So I don't normally fly tail draggers, but I've flown them enough that I kind of like know how they work. So it looks like it should be a lot of fun to fly that thing. I kind of bought it because the technology of it is pretty cool, where you can basically move the instruments around, change the instruments, and it's like live. I mean, so you can do it, you know, whenever you want. So it looked kind of cool in that respect. So that's kind of what I did yesterday. Was I kind of went through my hangar and figured out what planes I actually have that I've actually bought, but I don't even have installed. So I spent yesterday just kind of getting the newest versions of them, getting them all installed so that I can fly them. Kind of legitimately getting ready for the next version of X-Plane. So I'll start flying different planes. It'll be a little bit tougher because if you fly the same plane all the time, you get pretty comfortable with it. But I want to try to expand my horizons a little bit. Want to find something. I do have the TBM, but the TBM's kind of intimidating to me, so I'm trying to find something in kind of that speed class where if I wanted to do legitimate IFR work, I could absolutely do that. So and you could get somewhere pretty quickly. So that's kind of what my goal is. Start flying planes that I never got a chance to fly in real life, but I think I have enough experience in the lower performance airplanes that I shouldn't have too much trouble with them, but we'll have to see. And as long as they have good VR support, I'm down with that. So alrighty, looks like we got 30 miles to go, or about 18 minutes. Just lots of open land here. Kind of interesting. Well, it looks like we'll get pretty close to the shore before we go inland a little bit more, so. Setcom 1, 128.975.
Com 1 set to 128.975.
Setcom 1 standby, 119.800.
Com 1 standby set to 119.8.
Okay. Approach Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Approach Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is approach, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, expect runway 30.
Something ain't right.
Exeter information Alpha.
1320 Zulu, winds are
weather.
272 at 10
Wind calm.
knots.
Visibility more than 10.
Visibility unrestricted.
Sky conditions 4100
few
scattered.
clouds.
Temperature 14. Dew
1700
point
broken.
-15.
Temperature 20.
Altimeter
Dew point
2992.
16.
Arriving
Current
runway
altimeter
08.
is 3015.
Departing runway 08.
Arriving and departing runway
Advise
26.
on initial contact, you have Alpha.
Exeter information Foxtrot. 1320 Zulu wind.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 26.
So when I dial in 8, it's saying 08. It's interesting. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, altimeter 3015, expect to enter on a left downwind for runway 26. Call downwind.
Look it up. So I need to do a left downwind, and I am basically on a course for runway heading, so I'll have to go off to the left of the airport and do a 180 to get set up for a left downwind. Excuse me. So we're about 8 miles out. About 4 minutes. Doing about ground speed of 100 knots. I can see the water up there. That comes up here. So the airport's right there. So it's to the right of that a little bit. Whenever you're coming into an approach to an airport you've really never been to before, you always have to kind of scan around, look for terrain, and make sure that there isn't anything that might kind of impede your approach. The water goes up there quite a ways by the looks of it. Yeah, it goes way up here. I'll actually fly over a little bit of that after I land. Kind of nice to have all the tools where you can kind of cross-check yourself and make sure you're kind of doing what you had planned on doing. So the airport should be off on my right. But 3 miles out, so it isn't too far. But it's certainly not obvious. I'll pull power back a bit here. Try to get it to descend a little bit. 1,100 feet will be the pattern. Is that the runway there? Kind of looks like it is. 2 miles, yeah, that looks good. So this is runway heading right here. So I'm parallel with that. So that's cool. I'm trying to slide you out of the way a little bit. Huh. Kind of a little weird. Am I lined up here? Yeah? Yeah? Huh. Yeah, it kind of looks like there's a crossing runway there too, but there's only one listed here, so we're just trying to make sure we're out here far enough, and we'll make a 180 to enter left downwind. So I'm going to roll out a little bit, do like a teardrop. Trying while I'm doing that not to lose elevation. Got my RPM at like 2,000, so. A little steep here, but that's okay. We'll work through it. You can see the runway coming up. Okay. Parallel with the runway. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 26.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 26.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf requests touch and go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 272 at 10 knots cleared for the option runway 26.
Okay, we're good. So I'm running parallel to the runway. I can see my heading bug is in the bottom. So that's where it should be on my downwind. Just kind of looking at where the threshold is. Threshold is there. I'll pull back the power a little bit. Hold up on the yoke. 1 notch of flaps. Trying to bleed off a little bit of airspeed. Now the next thing I need to do is when I'm about a 45-degree angle away from that runway, the end of that runway, I can turn for final. We'll go ahead and turn for final. Try not to pull up on the yoke too much, really at all. Should be trimmed. Next nut to flaps. So it should be trimmed for around 500 feet a minute of a descent. Looks like I'm close. I kind of like overturned there. I'm trying to correct. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 272 and 10 knots cleared for the option runway 26.
Whenever I get ready to lift off, I always look over and make sure that the flaps are at least mostly up, if not all the way up. If you have the flaps down, you can, your stall speed changes, so you can kind of like be a little bit too rough on the takeoff and stall on takeoff. Not bad. Not bad. 256. So we got to turn just a little bit, and we're on to our last airport. 61 miles away. So when it gets to 1,500 feet or so, probably 1,400, I'll pull back on the power, put it back to like 2,200, where I've been cruising at. So we're climbing at about 1,000 feet a minute. So, alrighty, back to 200. Try to get to plane level here. Caught it pretty good. So I'm at like 1450, 1470, somewhere around there. Sounded like the engine RPM was up a little bit, and so I just pulled it back a little bit. Put the nose down just a little bit to, so the nose goes down, the airspeed goes up. So far I've been pretty happy with my landings today, so. What I had been doing is going to an airport and doing like a lot of touch and goes, so this is kind of a little different where instead of doing a bunch of touch and goes at the airport, just do one and then go to another airport. So there's more flying and less landings, but the thing is you have to since you're only going to do one landing, you want to kind of make sure you actually get it right. And as long as you know what the approach is supposed to be, it ain't too hard to kind of, the hardest part is really initially just finding that airport, finding a runway, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. It isn't hard. You're not going to see it at 5 miles. You'll see it at 3, 2 or 3. 2 or 3 miles is, you're probably a minute and a half away from the airport, so you got enough time to kind of figure out what you, how you need to set up your approach, and especially if you're coming in above pattern altitude. So I'm flying at 1500, so so I'm probably 300, 400, 500 feet above pattern. It gives you a little better visibility, but also you had some elevation to play with to get yourself set up for the approach. So seems to work pretty well. But once you get like on a downwind, I mean for me anymore, it's just pretty much second nature. That's why when I do group flights, most of the time they don't do patterns. They just like fly straight into a runway. Well, that may be somewhat easier, but it's it means you have to all the extra time you have doing a downwind, doing a base, doing a final, that's all shoved into a final. And so everything happens a lot quicker. And if you are too high in elevation, maybe a little difficult to kind of get rid of that before you're over the threshold. so I find that a little more challenging, but I've gotten pretty good about it. So, and if it ain't good, we do a go around. We're doing a final, or a downwind, a base, and a final. I'd have to have things a bit pretty screwed up to do a go around. So I've done them, but it's because normally I had too much airspeed, couldn't get rid of it before the runway. So, and if you're over the runway, short runway, 2,000 feet, you're doing 80 knots coming across the threshold. I'm not good enough about doing a forward slip to get it to set down on that runway. I may get there, but I'm not there yet. So, I wonder if I've got to climb to get over this guy. Looks a little ominous, but I don't know. I got power to spare, so we'll see how it goes. Thinking I can't see over it, that it gets a problem. No climb power. As soon as I'm sure I can see over it, then I'll be okay. So I went from 2200 to 2500, and we'll just stay on this heading, and once I can see over the other side, then I'll pull the power back to 22 again. The airspeed's staying about where it was, so I could climb even steeper if I wanted to, but we won't. No need. So we were at 1500, I'm at 2200. Climb it at about 500 feet a minute. No level off here. Kind of looking like I don't really need to be that high. But I'm not really that high. I'm like 2,400 feet. That ain't high. When I was flying around in Arizona, I was at, wow. It's generally under 10,000 feet, but at 7, 8, 9,000 feet, so. That's why you find real quick how important your mixture is. The plane gets pretty gutless getting that high, and if you haven't adjusted your mixture, here it's not high enough. Yeah, they'll generally be above 3,000 feet before you need to worry. So try to go down to 2,000 feet. I'm just going to do a slow descent. Leave the power where it is. So my airspeed will increase, excuse me. So when it gets down to 2,000 or altitude of 2,000, then I'll re-level the plane at that. So I did like a 200 or 300 foot per minute climb or descent. Okay. So try to get level right here. So whenever you make a change like that, you have to do like a little dance to try to get the plane back in balance and then level flight. Oops. You looked at your altimeter wrong. So, 28 miles out on the EGHQ. This airport is 389 feet. Setcom 111. Setcom 133.405.
Com 1 set to 133.4.
Setcom 1 standby 134.380.
Com 1 standby set to 134.38.
Approach Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is approach, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf arriving and departing runway 30.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, expect runway 30.
So we're 10 miles out from the airport. That'll be our final destination for today. So trying to get the plane to descend a little bit here. I want to be around 1,500 feet when I'm probably 10 miles out, and I'm 12 miles out, so.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, you are 11 nautical miles from Newquay. Radar service terminated. Contact tower on 134.37. Have a good afternoon.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf. Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200 altimeter 3021, enter pattern on a left downwind for runway 30. Call downwind.
Alrighty. So we're 8 miles out. We've got cleared to land. Now it's the search for the airport. So we can see the coastline coming up all along us. So we don't need frequencies anymore. I can kind of put you out of the way to give myself a little bit better visibility. So, airport's 4 miles out. Oh, we need to pretty much in earnest start looking for this thing. I'm thinking it's over there. There it is. I'd seen all this here and I was like, where the heck is this runway? Yep. Okay, so I'll, yep, gonna be landing down that direction, so I'll go over here a little bit. Oh, I need to get a little bit higher here to be at pattern altitude. Yeah, pull the power back to 2000 right now. That'll kind of, and then I'll trim for yeah, 85 knots or so. I can keep this altitude and be in pretty good shape. I seen the airspeed going up a little bit, so pulled back on the yoke, trimmed it. I'll keep the altitude the same and keep me at 85 knots. So we're going to roll out a little bit. I don't have to call for touch and go because I'm going to land, so I can be a little bit closer to the runway when I make my turn in here. Okay, roll her in. Trying to do a shallow turn. We'll see how it works out. Not doing too bad. Yeah, you're doing good. Alrighty. So, we're parallel with the runway. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 30.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, call turning final for runway 30.
Alrighty. It's a long runway. 8,000 feet. About as long as the runway back home in Erie. Okay, I'm at about 1150, so just a little bit low, but not bad. We'll be okay. Okay, there's a threshold. Looks like it's got a displaced threshold, so we'll pull the power back to 1800, hold on the yoke. Don't let the plane descend. Airspeed dropping, 1 knot to flaps. Keeping it parallel with the runway. RPM dropped about 100 when I put the flaps out. looking for a 45 degree. Yep, there we go. We'll make our turn. Another notch of flaps. Let the plane descend. Don't fight it. Just let it descend. That'll bring the airspeed back up. Around 1800 RPM. Squared up. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 282 at 12 knots, cleared to land runway 30.
Alrighty. Everything's looking pretty good. A little bit high, but we'll be okay. Pappy say I'm okay. Two notches of flaps in. Last notch of flaps. So we got a displaced threshold here. I got to get past this. Doing pretty good approach. Just let it come on in. There we go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Looking for a taxiway? Really? I don't believe you. Okay. This may not be where I'm supposed to park, but I don't care. Hello. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, clear of the active.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Newquay Tower on 134.37. Please repeat your request.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, contact Newquay ground on 121.9 or 5 for taxi clearance.
Setcom 1, 121.955.
Com 1 set to 121.9 or 55.
Ground Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is ground, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, request taxi to general aviation parking.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, sorry, no general aviation parking available at this airport.
Whoops. Okay. Like I'm on my own. No general aviation parking? What do you mean? That's crazy. We'll park next to this guy here. He looks like general aviation. He don't look like an airliner. Oops. Maybe not. This may be a military base. I thought I checked. Oh well. Yeah, I thought I checked. Okay, I'll put parking brake on here. Turn off the avionics. Alrighty. Flaps are up. Everything looks good. We'll call it a day. Huh. That is interesting. We'll have to investigate that. Oh well. We're done. Made it safe and sound. Did a pretty good landing. Sounds good. Don't work too hard. Thanks for dropping by, and we'll catch you another day. If you enjoyed this content, please click on the follow button, and so that you know when I go live. And I am currently streaming in VR X-Plane, and I'm looking forward to streaming X-Plane Next Generation. We'll see if that happens in the next couple of days. I've been led to believe that's true, but I won't know until I'm actually told that. So, alrighty. It's been a lot of fun. Lasted about as long as what I wanted it to. Got some errands to run myself, so we're all good. Pretty good time, and we'll be out of here. Thanks much, guys. All have a great day. I've had fun today. Bye bye.